Hi everyone, welcome back to the Full Range Room. This is like part one of my yoga self-adjustment tips of the yoga tutorials and mini workshops playlist. I intend for this to be like bite-sized workshops because in class, we teachers cannot explain everything about the physical part of the poses. So unless we attend workshops, which are not always accessible to everyone, chances are we might get used to some habits that might not be good for the body in the long run. So let's get started. Number one, roll the shoulders back and down whenever we feel like we're slouching. Number two, whenever the hands are on the floor and it's painful for the wrists, see if you can shift the weight forward towards the fingertips. There should be minimal to no weight on the wrists. If it still bothers your wrists, then we support ourselves on the fists. Okay. Number three, since we are in this position already, whenever we have one or both knees on the floor, okay, toes tucked is more stable than the feet untucked. Okay, so if your balance is good, feel free to untuck your toes. And speaking of balance, number four, always be mindful to center the weight, especially because we have poses done on the right side and on the left side. Number five, focus on safe movement and not the pose. I always say go full range, but only up to a safe point. So if, for example, if we were to do Trikonasana, all right, this looks better than forcing ourselves into the pose and we end up looking like this with the chest collapsed and the body is compromised and the intention of the pose is also compromised. Number six, activate the body when we do our asanas or when we do our poses. So what that really means is activate and stretch really those arms all the way up to the fingertips, point or flex those toes, okay, or floint the toes, all right, whatever the asana or the pose calls for, and of course whatever works for you. Sometimes in seated asanas, where there's one side, where there's a right side and there's a left side, we usually forget about the other leg. So for example, if we were doing this, okay, we tend to forget about this other leg. So this leg sometimes just falls out and relaxes, all right? So again, activate that leg, activate that foot, and of course, activate everything else. Okay. Lastly, number seven, whenever the legs are straight, whether that's one leg or both legs, contract the quads and the hamstrings. So for example, if I had one leg straight, all right, so I contract the quad and hamstring of this leg only. Okay, so contracting the quad and hamstring simply means lifting the kneecap. So this is not contracting the quad and the hamstring, okay? This is contracting the quad and the hamstring. Okay, let me do that again. This is not contracting the quad and hamstring. This is contracting the quad and the hamstring. Okay, so why do we have to contract the quad and the hamstring? It is so that we can lengthen our hamstrings. So when our hamstrings are lengthened, they become more flexible, forward bends become easier, and eventually it's also good for our back, for our legs, and for our knees. All right, so that's all I have for today. I hope you found this helpful. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.